Hello everyone, Scott here. I just got out of seeing Aquaman 3 weeks ago? Just before Christmas? Forgive the different setup, I'm shooting something at the moment, but Aquaman, the latest DCEU movie, which is about to gross $1 billion. Nobody thought that would happen, especially with Aquaman, but after seeing Wonder Woman not do it and Justice League falter, did anybody really think that whatever else they came out with would? Let alone Aquaman? Now, I've given Jason Momoa a lot of heck for passing on Drax, and kind of faltering with Conan and making some poor career choices here and there, and thought, well, he's going to go with Aquaman, basically a drunk Thor, that's what you got? $1 billion man, here we go. He's actually a really fun part of this, and a lot of people have criticized this movie for him being just this big nobody who's a drunken guy who punches things and is kind of like a blunt instrument type, and he's bland compared to everybody else. Now, the problem with that, people, is that's the point, and the movie even says that. There's one point when he's talking to Mera and says, all my life I've gotten into fights, I've just fought my way out of it, and it's always gotten me the next level. All I do here this past couple days is get my ass kicked. We've got to grow from this and figure this out. That's dialogue from the movie, paraphrased, but that's it. He says, all I've been doing is getting my ass kicked. It's not working. So when you complain that's all he is, yeah, welcome to watching the first part, and then he turns that corner. Now, as far as the characters, he wants nothing to do with this. Again, that's the point. He's bland, he's just some guy who wants to drink and party and be at the bar. And that's all he wants. He doesn't want this Atlantean heritage, he doesn't want any of this kingship, he doesn't want any of that. But he ends up having to save the world he does like, because they're going to attack that. And he grows to like the characters. He likes the people. He becomes more than he is. They open him up to this other world and show him how he can thrive in it, and he grows as a character. Again, that's a point. That's the part of how this works. Now, as far as those great characters, Mera is awesome. Willem Dafoe is cool, but kind of weird. Is like, why is this character such a thing? Orm is fantastic. He's a great, great, great villain. Black Manta is badass as hell. He's really cool. And just the battle sequences, everything from the roofs in Italy to the fight scene in the sub is really good at the start. Excuse me. The bit going in the trench, which the obvious stuff happens with that. Atlanta, his mom, in the cool fight scene before she takes off, that's really great. And then the ending battle is just, I've seen space battles before and war scenes before, but never quite like this, literally. It's awesome. The one knock against the movie might be the fact that I don't remember the score, and that's always an important thing, back from the old ones like your Indiana Joneses or your Batmans or Supermans, and then coming up to things with like Mission Impossible or James Bond with that motif, and then of course over stuff like Avengers. You can't really say any others, right? And that's literally it. Like, not the movies modern-wise don't really have that much of a great score, and I'm sure I'm going to get people giving me heck for that. But can you think of the motif outside of Avengers in that awesome groundswell of any of the other Marvel movies or DC movies? Yeah, Wonder Woman, exactly. So that's it. That's all we really have. And Aquaman doesn't do it, and it could have done something neat. The trailers had something, but that wasn't it, sadly. That's a minor knock on it, but you end up with a fantastic, awesome visual movie with great music that kind of blends in and doesn't take you out of it, which is good, and that's, to some people, that's fantastic. But you're not humming the theme song when you leave, and oh, I feel you're missing something when you get that. So that's the personal thing. That's not even a knock against it, but it's a bonus point left on the floor, is what I call that. So. This movie is a lot of fun. This movie is better than people are giving me credit for. People might say I went in with low expectations. I went in with high expectations. I've been saying this movie looks fun from the get-go when that first trailer hit. I've been thinking the action looks fantastic. The way it's shot by James Wan, I think it looks great. He's taken everything that he learned about how he thought a Fast and Furious movie should be made with Furious 7 and actually making it work here. He didn't quite pull that off, but you could see the attempt was almost there. And he's done this really, really well. The other thing I should mention is it does have minimal ties to the other stuff. They mentioned the fact that he fought Steppenwolf, and that's about it. That's fine, because this is the origin story, and yet not really, because his origin story happened, and here we are telling his kind of culmination, and now we're going to go from there. And it's going to be a sequel, obviously. They're going to make more of these. They're going to keep going. Wonder Woman and Aquaman have saved the DC movie universe after Batman and Superman faltered it and Suicide Squad kind of farted something out. So it's interesting to see that what Marvel was able to do with lower tier characters and elevate them, DC's managing to do kind of because they had to, and that's honestly the best case scenario to make them really drive and in some ways pull back some of the creative control stuff and let the filmmakers do their thing. Because, oh, what's it going to do? It's only Wonder Woman. It's only Aquaman. They might have had the tentpole aspirations, but at the same time, it's not Superman. We're not as worried about this one getting it right because it's only Aquaman. And then it does what it does. So, yeah, very, very interesting stuff. But I'll leave it at that. That is that. My name is Scott Somerton. I do Guilty Pleasure Cinema over on that.com. And I also do Cyclops Scott for Twitch, for YouTube, Guilty Pleasure Cinema and all that stuff. You can find it on Facebook, all that good stuff there. I do stream live box office results Sundays at 4, except I've got a streaming problem right now and that's not happening. So I'm doing this in the meantime. These do go up on the YouTube channel and on the .com site, guiltypleasurecinema.com. But thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Happy New Year.